What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Plant and Push.
Yo, Leaf here. To my left, I got.
Deuce. Start of football season, baby.
Let's go.
I couldn't be more excited, man.
Let's go.
What a better way to kick off this new series than freaking just jumping right into it. As we've been going, obviously each different series has had a theme behind it. First we had intention.
Yep.
Then we had discipline.
Yep.
Then we had
Energy.
Then neutrality. Now we're at T for Tenacious. That wasn't practice, by the way. But couldn't have thought a better way to get this thing started than to record on day one after practice.
Yep.
At freaking almost 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Hey, after waking up early this morning, getting things started, it's like we might as well put our money where our mouth is and try to be tenacious.
Be tenacious. For sure, man. It's been, and it's a Monday too, which is also a crazy thing. And I started my first solar cohort today,
Yes, sir. How'd it go?
It was cool,
Yeah.
man. It was a exciting day just to meet everybody because I've never taught in person before, only online. So actually being able to interact with people was so much fun. But dude, it was awesome. But before we dive into that, let's dive into the first day of practice, man.
Man,
was it?
it was great. Day one is always fun, right? Like, you don't have your pads on yet. You're only in helmets and you're running around. Can't have a lot of contact, obviously. But, the kids really got after it. It was a warm freaking day. Nice. They had a whole week off and everything. I know some of those guys still got workouts in, and a couple guys that I've been working with too. Got some extra work in with, what I'm doing on my personal side. But yeah, man, I can tell that this group really wants it. Like they want to continue to get better. They want to be coached, and that's a big thing too. Because sometimes you'll get a group of kids that think they know everything, and you know how that goes. Oh, for sure. Man, like there's not a whole lot of kids with egos at this point, especially not in my group. Like I think everyone is kind of just ready to hit somebody in a different set of colors than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
it's exciting, man.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And us as a staff, we're coming together. We have more cohesion this year, and yeah, man, just ready to put out as much good things this year as we possibly can. So it's exciting stuff, man.
Absolutely, dude. And what comes to mind is just that growth over time is what I'm hearing is, especially with the coaching staff and also the players and the kids having that want to succeed, want to grow, want to get better, and have that team chemistry. That's something that is foundational for a really good just team and a really good season, man. So I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to show up to some games,
yes,
man.
Sir.
That's going to be exciting just to watch y'all, dude, for real.
I know, man. I can't wait for August 28th. That's when we line up against Arvada West.
Nice.
And they had a good squad last year. Week one's always that true first test.
Yeah.
You only have one chance to go 1-0.
Yeah.
And so, we're putting these kids through the ringer right now so that, kind of testing who's in shape, who's out of shape, who did absolutely nothing over this past week of having off. And some of them it's kind of obvious, but overall I think, we came in ready to work. So that's all you can ask for. But shit, man, in your neck of the woods, day one, how'd it all go?
Dude, it was a lot at first. I didn't really look through the slides beforehand, like intentionally. I was just kind of more of as a broad overview, just kind of skimming things. Like I said, it's definitely more of my organized brain. It's like, I'm just gonna do like this way first, and then this morning I tried to dive into it, but I was like, I just want to just greet these people and see them, meet them finally, I should say. And just go from there. So the slides weren't anything crazy. I think like once you are like teaching like for a while, you just kind of get used to just PowerPoints and making up stuff on the fly. But it was cool in the sense that I was able to be up there. I think that was something, be up there and be comfortable. I think that was something that I was curious about. I was like, man, I know I can teach. I know I can have a presence in an instructor sense. But how does that going to transfer over like in person, like how am I going to feel internally like while I'm doing it. And I didn't feel anything. I was like, man, that's crazy to think about. It's kind of like we were talking a couple episodes ago. I think that rewiring is doing its thing. For sure.
Now, have you? So you kind of feel like you're in a place where it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, for sure.
Good.
I can't wait to get to my classroom. Right now, we're still in EVSC's, our electric vehicle lab, and solar is just next door. So I can't wait to like actually have my own space and stuff, and feel what that truly, or not feel, but see what that truly feels like in my own space instead of like borrowing this lab for the time being. We're still waiting on a couple of what you call them, like inspections to pass through for like the construction that we were just doing. So I was like, okay, this could be cool. But it's a very rigorous thing, I guess. I think that was the longest that I've taught to. I taught from 8 to 2. We had some speakers coming. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, man, I've like been up here just yapping. Like I can tell like there are some people just kind of like, man, like it is first day stuff.
Yeah, you have like your freaking general stuff and things that you just
contracts.
have to go through, and
Yeah.
all the boring shit that you like, bro. I'm not trying to be up here.
Bro,
I know they ain't trying to listen to my ass right
You know
now.
what I'm saying, bro? I read through 3 contracts today, bro. It took bro. One contract had to be at least 10, 12 pages. And then another one was another 6. And then 2, bro. So I was like, damn, I'm reading for a while.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of that is just code of conduct got to, bro.
Yeah. The CYA cover your ass.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Oh, for sure.
Those first days.
For sure. But I can kind of feel that tenacity coming out.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
No, yeah, exactly.
When I was like, man, I really sat there and I not sat there, but stood there and taught from 8 to 2. And I was like, okay, like this next thing, like must keep pushing and having that confidence. Cause like there would be times where I feel like I'm better in spurts, but then having to extend that, I was like, okay, like this is different in a sense, but I think when I get more used to it throughout this week and throughout like the next months and stuff, it'll come together and I'll find like my rhythm, find my pace to stretch that out, but then also still have energy towards the end of the day. Because like once it got to 2, I was like, man, thank goodness, I'm just ready just to kind of be here. We had some really cool panel people come in, and they were just talking about the solar industry and different just career pathways, and it's really cool just seeing where it's all going for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing to see what happens like when you have no choice other than to be tenacious, and you like have to be. Like today's an example of that, where it's like not only is I guess your job depending on it, right? But these other folks are depending on you as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of responsibility with that. And I think, man, that's one thing that as I've been getting older is that's really starting to come into fruition, is just like sometimes you just have no choice.
Yeah.
You can't give yourself a choice to back out.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the best thing to do, because then you start to become accustomed to it and build these reps over time. And next thing you know, you're freaking staying up till 10 o'clock shooting a podcast after you got through everything. And I think there's a lot of beauty in that. Obviously, it takes a lot of freaking mental sweat to get to that point. But, what are some of the challenges that you foresee coming up in this next part of your job, right? This next journey along your path?
I would say the challenges that I am looking forward to overcoming, low key, is just the knowledge is different from like what I'm accustomed to. A lot of it is math and what you call it, like environmental theories, or not really theories, but shit that's happening outside, and just kind of seeing how all that actually works, and like electricity, and also conduit bending is specifically what I have to like learn how to do. And yeah, bro, couldn't tell you. I seen one of the tools the other day doing the lab walkthrough. man, I was okay, like that. It makes sense, but I was like, I'm a hands-on kind of person, and just feel like when I get to it, I think that's when it'll finally all kind of click. We were having our train the trainer sessions where we have our partner's trainer come out and essentially train us, or not come out, but they will be coming out on next Monday. But we had like a virtual person that will come out later, but just virtual right now. And we were talking about different learning styles, and I never really thought about it, like for myself specifically. And it's what visual, kinesthetic,
Hearing, like audio.
yeah, audio, and one more. But I was looking at it, I was like, man, I'm like all of these in a sense. Oh, written, verbal. Written, verbal. I think that part is last. I think that's least helpful for me when I'm trying to learn something. That's why I dislike teachers in the past and instructors who would just talk and like no slides, no
Bro, like I had a teacher, she didn't have slides in college one time. She had a full like just document, would read that thing word by word for an 8 a.m.
No, bro. 8 a.m. I gotta sit through that.
And bro, this thing was such a joke. Like we would have like, she would read word for word,
Yeah.
and then if we weren't sure about an answer on the test, we could explain why it is that we chose that answer and still get credit for it. Bro, like at 8 a.m. class, I was like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, bro.
But so I hear you, man. Like, so with all those challenges, what is one thing or just some things that kind of help you? I don't want to necessarily say power through it, because I feel like when we power through sometimes it's just like, just push without even like being intentional. But like, what are some things that help you overcome those challenges?
Yeah. I think having the mindset that growth comes in discomfort,
Ooh,
and that throughout that process, it's necessary to go through these different steps and realize, okay, like I'm one of those people. I think it's the athlete that's like still in me, buried deep down inside. Where it's like, man, I just hate being a beginner at something, or I hate having to start from ground zero. It sucks so bad. I feel like in my head, and I know it's just me making more more out of it than it actually is. But I'm always like, I want to be the best at everything. Like that, just I have to be. It's just something wired within me.
yeah, understandably.
Yeah, and sitting in this like, man, I don't know anything. I don't know like the ins and outs yet. Like in my last job, like I can just kind of talk and in between slides and have my own like spin off. And today I was able to like here and there, but not as much as I usually have like in the past. And that was something that I was like, man, like I really wish I had more for like everybody here, in a sense, to share more knowledge. So I think accepting that there's only going to be not only, but it's going to be an uphill battle, I should say, and just learning different concepts and all the different things I need, and then being proficient enough to then turn around and teach it to somebody else.
And make complicated things seem simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm definitely trying to dumb a lot of this stuff down for myself. So then eventually then I can do it. I feel like that's always been the best way I learned. And that, and also connecting to something like weird, especially like, it's weird, but like in spelling tests, or I'd always like rhyme it with something, or like connect it to a character or movie.
Hey, that's the best way to,
weird.
yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any way to learn weird necessarily, because I think it's all individual based anyway.
For sure.
So, no, I hear that, man.
Indeed. But what are some of the things that I would say, let's start off with, excited about, in regard to seeing your team overcome their team challenges, and then what are some individual coaching things that you're excited to continue to excel at?
I think, well, anytime that we're able to not only face adversity but overcome it, like as a coach, that that's why you do it, right? You challenge the kids, you put them in hard situations in order to overcome those things, because when the game comes, right, not everything is gonna go your way.
Yeah.
Winning is freaking hard, dude. Like, winning is so hard. And when I was at Pueblo, took that for granted at times because we were just freaking dogging teams at first, and then we got a little taste of our own medicine. And it's like, okay, now we're starting to realize like this stuff just doesn't just come just because we had a wolf on our side of our head. And no, so like that's something that I'm excited about, is seeing how we respond to those things. Like it's week one, like I said, is going to be the biggest challenge that we have so far. That's well, actually tomorrow, day 2 is always a big challenge, and day 3, that first week, because it's easy to be freaking an All-American day 1 for one day, but the most special players like can put out every single day regardless of how they're feeling emotionally. And then as a coach, like individually, something that I'm super excited about is to continue to just make more bonds with my guys. I think after doing reflection, that is, that's one thing that I definitely could, and that I am doing better at, as not just being just a young guy freaking coming in guns up, guns a-blazing, you know what I mean? And so like to get to know these kids on more of like a personal level, and get more into that mentorship as opposed to just coaching. That's something that I'm really looking forward to this year, and from our starters, the guys that end up being ones on game 1, all the way to bottom of the depth chart guys that are still need more development. And one of my goals is, how can I take either that last group or that very last guy on the bottom of the depth chart and make him better, right? Because it's easy to have, your most talented players and players that deserve that first spot. It's easier, I should say. It's not, nothing's easy, but it's easier to freaking see those guys get better and help those guys get better, because one, they know football, and another thing is that they understand what it takes to get better. And so another thing, but like on the flip side, for some of those developmental guys, man, sometimes you're teaching them and reteaching day 1 stuff. Like segment 1 of day 1, like, let's start with your stance here, buddy. And let's go from there. But yeah, man, that's what I'm most excited about, is figuring out a way of how I can develop my entire group and get us all as close as possible.
It reminds me just a really special skill and ability to be able to recognize who needs what and how much or how less. I think that's so important in what we both do in coaching and also in instruction. Seeing who needs a little extra support, and seeing who needs maybe just a little bit of just a little more guidance in coaching sense. Like you were saying, like, okay, like who needs maybe to start from day 1 or week 1 in a sense, and who's just needing to continue to develop themselves at the level that they're at with their knowledge and their ability. I think it's important to have that, I think, and I'm glad that we both do have that sense. I guess it's almost like a third eye to recognize it.
It's something that I've really been putting some time to. And like I said, instead of just being that hard ass all the time, is okay, like taking a step back, like you're saying, and seeing things from like a 50,000 foot overview of like, okay, let's take myself out of my shoes and into the shoes of, like I said, that bottom of the depth chart guy. Like, if I'm him, which is hard to do, because like for people like us, I want to say this in the least conceited way, but like we're not used to that. Like we're not used to being, that guy that's really got to freaking nail and claw. Like I've experienced that when I was hurt in my first couple years of college. And so I feel like that's maybe one way that I can kind of like put myself into the shoes of these folks, these kids. But I think kind of having that empathy is ultra important.
Yeah.
And to understand how these kids operate. And again, that comes down to having a relationship with your students, in my case, with the kids that I coach. But man, I think that's this kind of like personal side that, we got to continue to emphasize. Like it just as a freaking society as a whole, especially with AI coming into play as much as it is, like freaking, we were at like Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever the other day, down bad, but no, still made it. And freaking dude, an AI like person, I don't even know what to call it, took our order. And it's like, dang, it's insane, man. Because like, yeah, I can understand from a business point of view that it's saving money, this, that, and the other, but I still think that the less personal interaction that we have is going to make us worse off.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it during COVID.
Bro, I was just about to say, I feel like like socially stunted like during COVID. Just
100%.
in the house, wasn't saying nothing, dog, and then having to get back into it felt like a crawl and climb for sure.
I'm telling you, man, like, and it's funny that you say that because like a crawl and climb, because like even for our guys, like today we talked about after practice, okay, we're going to start with a walk.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start with a half speed. The next thing is going to be half speed. And then after that, we're going to run, like walk, jog, run type of deal.
Yeah.
But you have to go and break it down and be that intentional in things. And to, with your point about stunting your freaking, I don't even know what to call it, but like just socially.
Yeah, the social skill.
And man, like I feel that because even now, like sometimes I'll be having a conversation with somebody, and I'll be like, "All right, where's this going?" I can't. Like sometimes it's just like hard to like either end a conversation without it feeling awkward, and sometimes it's just like, "Am I saying too much?" And I'm like, then I get in my head again. I'm like, shit, whatever. Just roll with it at this point.
Having more of a conversation in my head.
Exactly. Like for what? But I don't know, man. Another point being why we need to have these social interactions and not freaking get so tied to how many likes I can get on Instagram or how many views or all that type of shit. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not making the world a better place by these things, then what am I really doing? That's how I view it, at least.
Oh, for sure, man. In-person interaction is forever everything. I feel like just socializing is important. We are social beings, and we are described as such for a reason.
Yeah. But sure. I'm excited about this new series that we have because I think it's the best time that we can talk about being tenacious. Because one, it's going to force us to be, because we got to practice what we preach, but also like. Football season, right, is here, and we know the type of hours that has. Freaking, you're in your new cohort. Is that how you say it? And we have our jobs. You have music. We have coaching, and then now we have plant and push, and there's like so much new. There's so many new dynamics to this season that we're in than we had last year. Because at this time last year was all just prep. And we can push things out if we need to, but for us, how we like to have pods get pushed out every week, we don't really have that choice.
Oh, for sure.
And it's another opportunity to be tenacious. So man, I'm excited for this new series.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be challenging, but the more reps that we have, the better off we're going to be.
Absolutely. I believe in this, brother.
100%.
Oh, 1,000%. 1 million.
And not to mention, like, all the, like, did you start the next iteration of our plant and push prodigies yet?
Not quite.
Me neither. But, like, that's going to be another thing that we're adding on to it. And I tell you what, like, we didn't have it last week because of moving, and that was a whole different thing. This week, kind of getting back into the swing of things. But I've definitely noticed that not doing it has kind of made me feel like I've just been wandering a little bit more.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I feel like making upgrades. I think that would be super, super helpful, and doing a second run through for sure.
Yep.
But thinking about just kind of tying everything, it's gonna take a lot of tenacity, and what comes to mind is what's that show, Snowfall? He's like,
I've never seen that one.
he's
Yeah.
like, I built this brick by brick.
Exactly. Dude, that's what it is right now. It's just like, dang, it is what it is. So you want to get to where you've never been, you got to do things you've never done.
Man, I've been thinking about that literally all week. Get out
Really?
of my head. Get out of my head.
I know, man. I'm in there, rent free. Oh, but yeah, man. Well, I'm excited,
Absolutely.
and shit, man. We appreciate y'all that have been listening and watching. You know, we're about to hop off and go try to catch some sleep, catch a few hours of sleep. But like we say every time, man, if this video or any other recordings touched y'all's heart in any way, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with your group.
Absolutely. And as always,
Keep on pushing.